It's Alfred, everybody. Welcome to a new Comic Crusaders GeekFest special. Yep, I took a week off. I was on vacation, hanging out with family, but guess what? Now it's back to business. And talking about coming back to business, I'm coming back with an ill, talented homie right here, all the way from the UK. He has this amazing film currently touring on GeekFest film called The Confessions of the Bat. I'm very happy to introduce the one and only Ronnie Henry. What up, hermano?
Woo! Hey, how you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, bro, I'm really good. I'm energized. I am pumped up, but I'm not running to the chopper. No. So thank you for joining me today, bro. I really do appreciate it, man. I actually was watching your film prior to us starting, and let me tell you, bro, wow. I've seen a lot of the filmmakers take a fun aspect typical to a Batman. But you came across so different in your approach to Wayne. I'm like, yeah, this is some shit I could see on TV. And then, folks, if you got to stick around. I don't want you guys to get up and miss it. There's definitely a post-credit scene. Like, I almost missed out until I realized, like, there's too much movie left.
Yeah.
So, Ronnie, what's popping, hermano? Tell us, where you hail from? Where you at right now?
I'm from London, England. So it's like 8 p.m. over here. Don't know what time it is over there, but I'm just hyped.
I'm being too loud for your neighbors. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah. Hope you can tell by the accent, but you know.
Yeah, there you go. I was telling him I have so many UK members with Johnny and Paul and new homies that I got on the team as well that have come from out there and have that accent. To me, it's normal now.
Yeah, good. Let's start.
So a little bit about yourself, man. You did this awesome DC Batman film, but I always love to dig into the origins of how you even got into pop culture and this type of fandom. So what are your early memories? Like how did you find yourself, getting into the culture? What was it? Was it cartoons? Was it the comic books? Was it film?
It was cartoons. I think I was like around 5. My brother introduced me to the Batman animation series from Bruce Timm, the producer. So yeah, I just remember one specific episode. I think it was called Cat in the Claw, and I think the first thing I saw was like this man dressed like a bat, and he was just jumping off a building onto a truck, and it was gun shooting, and my eyes were glued to it. I was like, "Whoa, what's this? Does everyone see this?" So I got really hyped about it, and after that episode, I was just trying to find more episodes, and yeah, I just got a bit addicted. And then I think from that point, I think my brother saw the excitement within me. He wanted to show me other aspects. So he told me about a film, which I think the first film was Batman, but it was from Tim Burton.
Okay, the Keaton. Yeah, that's my Batman, bro. That's my Batman.
That's my Batman too. The suit and everything like that. So
cheers, bro.
Cheers, dude. But I think at that time I was very young because I think it was like an 18 back in the day.
Yeah, that was 88, and I was a little kid. I remember watching it in a Brooklyn movie theater. That when the movie ended. Yeah. This is a very bad theater in Brooklyn. As the movie,
I say, like, how did you get in?
Decided to throw bottle rockets inside the theater. So let me tell you, bottle rockets were exploding by my legs. I'm a little kid with shorts in the summer. Man, that was a summer film. I'm like, oh my god, and everybody's screaming like, what the hell is it? Gunshots? They're like, no, some jackasses. But it was fun. Shout out to my cousin's mom. She was the one that said, hey, Alex, I know you love Batman. You want to go? I was like, hell yeah, because my mom wasn't going to take me.
Basically the same scenario as me. So he knew how much I loved it, and regardless of the certificate rating, he gave me like a pass to watch it. Nice. And I got glued, and I think that's what got me into loving the villain, the Joker. And like, so that's my next favorite character, the Joker. So it also explains why I like the color purple. So everyone asks me, why do you like purple? The Joker. That's why. So yeah, then I don't know, it just came a bit like a passion for me. I had to find everything that represented Batman. So started seeing the comic books. In London, they used to have these like little comic books you pick up like weekly.
Okay.
Then I got introduced to Superman, and it just kept growing from that point. And I was like, yeah, I found my niche. Like, if I need to escape from somewhere, I'll go into like my Batcave collections. And yeah, this I came from that point. And
I'm curious though.
Yeah,
I'm curious. In your journey right there in collecting, you're young and you're finding all of this. Did you have a clique of people, or were people kind of like, that's too kiddie?
Yeah, it was too kiddie. Like everyone,
Okay.
I think when I was growing up, I kind of grew into the dark ages of Batman. But people were familiar with the character, but they were familiar with the the camp version of Adam West.
Adam West style. Yeah.
When people heard like Batman, oh, Batman, ha ha ha. So I was like, what are you guys talking about? So I actually had to literally Google, and then I found out there was a kind of camp version, which I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed too. But I was like, nah, I'm from the dark side, guys. You have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, so I think that's when it kicked me off. So I feel like the only people I could really connect with when it came to Batman was my brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many brothers you got?
2.
Okay, so it's like me. I got 2 younger brothers. I was the one that put them on to the culture.
Oh, is it?
Horror, toys, comics. I'm pretty sure their wives must hate me by now because that's all they spend their money on.
Bro, we can start our own cult. That's what I did. Like I got I got friends, previous girlfriends. I got them into it so much. So before they're like, no, I'm not into comic books. Changed their mind after a month spending time with me.
Well, okay, I could get that. I kind of got my wifey partially into in a sense because at least she loves the CW stuff. Now, listen, I know CW, whatever, but hey, she's enjoying superhero culture. So
it's a start, yeah.
Yeah, man. Any little bit could go into this. Come on now. So in your journey here, okay, so you're collecting Batman and Joker and all that, but when did you get the itch to pick up a camera?
I was always a creative person, but I never knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. So I kind of started with basically drawing and painting. And, you have these ideas as a kid, like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a painter. But I didn't know kind of how to get to that point. And I think until I reached the age of 16, when I got introduced to other forms of other aspects of media, I was like, oh, wow, so there's other ways to express yourself. But I still didn't know how to. I felt like I liked doing something creative, but I never had a way to adapt my own idea. It was always copying something. So when it came to sketching something, I couldn't really draw on the top of my head. I had to copy something.
Okay.
So, and I felt like I couldn't, stand out differently from anyone else. So when I got introduced to media studies at the age of 16, they told me about all aspects like moving images, photography, and that's when I got more into it. And when he said you can actually have the ability to learn about production side, work on a camera, it kind of drove me in that direction to explore a bit more. And it kind of made sense for me because, when those moments where you enjoy something, but you don't realize that you enjoy it so much. Yeah. So I'm a person that enjoys films. I'll find out the updates of what's going on, the name of the actor, who's directing. Niches I never, moments I didn't even know that I enjoyed doing a deep research about until I realized that someone put it in front of my face and you can be a filmmaker. And I was like, yeah, I kind of knew that in the very beginning, but I ignored it. So I think that's what made me try and attempt it. So I found out there was courses to do whilst I was in school. I would say they kind of helped, but they didn't really give me that drive I was looking for. So I feel like I had to do my own personal research in order to feel like. Sorry? That's
where you build the drive. That's where you build the drive, Ronnie. Because a school or anything could only lay kind of the foundation, but it's up to you to take it to that next level, which you obviously did.
Yeah, I feel like school just helped me grow up, but it didn't give me that passion that I wanted to do it. So I feel like there had to be a way for me to challenge myself to see if I'm actually suited within the genre. That's why I like to experiment with different roles, not just as a director. I want to see what I can do as a producer, a writer, an editor. And I'm still trying to figure out which role suits me. So I'm trying to basically challenge myself with different roles and see what I'm more capable of doing. And I think I'm one of those people. Once I watch the film, I will sit there and watch the behind the scenes to see how they do that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I love it, man. You continue to educate yourself because listen, this whole journey is your education. You learn something new every day, and I mean that's on all aspects of media. Regardless of where you're at. I mean, I'm just a little vidcaster blogger, but you on a bigger scale. But we all learn stuff every single day.
It's just a craftsmanship. The fact that you have this idea and then you can finally present itself. It just shows that's art to me. So the fact that you run your own broadcast, you had to do everything to build, you know, your little scenery, to even get the right mics, to be able to speak in a comfortable and comfortable way, so you can basically interact with people. It's all forms of development, and I think that's amazing. I'm a type of person, I liked the whole process of the production. That's me, yeah. And then when you see the end result, it's like, oh, I did that.
I'm with you 100% there. I am a fan of process, like learning. What did you use? What were your tools? How did you do this? Because I have people right now, even when like I'm showing off your Insta and your Twitter, they're like, yo, how are you doing this? You have somebody on the side? Like, no, as I talk to you, I'm clicking buttons. You know what I mean? But
well, Confessions of the Bat wasn't my first film. I made a film.
That's what I want to ask you.
Yeah,
that's what I want to ask you. Is like the first when you finally decided, okay, I'm gonna make a movie. What was that, and what did you learn from it?
One thing, I wanted to make a film. I like to make films that have a hint of fantasy but realism at the same time and combine them together. And I felt the best way in order to portray that is to write from the heart, or write from what I've experienced within my lifestyle, or from what I've witnessed. And I thought the first attempt was to write something based on the effects of mental health. And that's what I kind of learned from going to school and college, and just witnessing from friends and family. So I kind of took elements of what I've witnessed, and obviously growing up watching films and just taking ideas and combining them together. And I thought the verse, and I kind of looked up to different filmmakers, and they have their own personal journey of how they got to where they are today. And I just thought, if they can do it, maybe I can attempt to try it too. So one of the things I got told, we had to make a film, and the only way you can do that is to basically sit down, write, and then at the same time, because I'm new to the situation, I felt like I needed more guidance. So my first film was called Freedom. It was my first directional debut, first film. And I hired a producer at the time to basically guide me, so I knew what I was doing, as well as I was directing.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm sorry?
There's nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, you're trying to make sure that you're doing things professionally, correct. Because again, you look like me, the type of person that's a sponge. You know, all I need to you show me a little bit, and I'm gonna run with it like a mother.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And I had high expectations for this this story, and I wanted to get into film festivals. So luckily, I had a good connection of friends who were also creative, that were in the music industry, and had connections to people who had the right equipment. So I kind of came across a proposal of this idea, and they were up for it, and we ended up making the film. It was my first film, so I kind of learned a lot from it, based on how to communicate the idea. If things slip up, I knew how to basically deal with it at a later stage. There was some ups and downs, but I'm grateful I went through it, because it just helped me grow as a person and realize that you have to be able to, one film is not going to define you. You have to be able to explore more and expand more. But my idea was just that one film, that's the only thing. And if this film doesn't do well, I quit. That's what I was thinking at the time. It did all right in the film festival circuit, but not what I was expecting. But I felt like I didn't want to be a one-hit wonder, and I want to see if I can attempt to do it again. But this time, I have more control. So this time, I'm the producer, I'm the writer, I'm the director, I'm the editor. I wanted to see what I can do as a whole, like I said, because I want to see which role best suits me. So I was thinking, I wrote this script, but it was just for fun. I wasn't thinking to actually make it. It was like, there's no point. It's not going to go anywhere. I don't own Batman. No one's going to see it. No one wants to see it. And also, when you try and make something that's so popular, it's so easy to target if you don't do it right. So yeah, and I guess it gave me a bit of stage fright. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to upset the fans and all that. But this one day I was like, the hell with it. Let me just do it. Like, I'm doing it more for me rather than trying to get into film festival. I just want to do it because I love Batman. And I always wanted to make my own adaptation since I was a teenager. So I wrote this, I think I did like 4 or 5 drafts. And I'm not gonna lie, at first, I was looking to turn this into a web series. And so I got a bit too excited. Like I started writing, and then I was like, whoa, slow down. Let's see what you can do with the first episode. Calm down, calm down. And so I wanted, this is more of a pilot, and I wanted to show it to the world to see what they think. And if it, you know, gets their attention, then I'll consider turning into a web series and see how it goes. But if I ever do that, I will probably have to consider like a crowdfunding campaign, because I need to think about the quality and, you know, copyright reasons, because I didn't want to make it too mediocre. I really wanted to stand out. So this one, with the budget we had, I just wanted to make it a little bit, I wanted to make it stand out some way, but with the limited budget I had, and luckily it turned out the way I planned. So yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job, and folks, I know, right? We're talking about this, and you guys like, what are they talking about? Guess what? We do have the trailer. Check it out. The Confessions of the Bat.
I'm tired, Alfred. I just keep asking myself one thing. Why don't I retire?
What a tease, yo.
I get so hyped when I see that. I don't know why. It's my film, guys.
You don't know why? Exactly. It's your film, yo. You created something crazy here. And even the trailer touches on it. Here we have a Batman that just is frustrated. He's frustrated. He wants to retire already. And when you see the film, this is not an old Batman. This is somebody that looks like he's starting on the journey. And
yeah, like he's like 2 years within this career.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. So I actually have a little PowerPoint, a couple of images that Ronnie sent over that I want to share. Yep. So let's get into it. That's the awesome poster. Vengeance blackens the soul. I love it. Love it. So talk a little bit about the movie, man, and why you went that direction of Batman, you know, talking to Alfred in such an intimate way, because that's really what it is. I mean, it's a very intimate conversation of the burden that the Bat has on him.
Yeah, I think as Batman started developing kind of a more darker direction, it made you kind of focus on the development of characters. So I feel like I wanted to go for a film that focuses on more character driven rather than story driven. So and after watching several Batman films, even from like the Joe Schumacher films to Chris Nolan to Tim Burton, what they have in common is how they feel about their characters. They take some time to just show the relationship between Bruce and Alfred. And I really love that. It made me feel like I can really relate to these characters. So I wanted to really dig in deep in that kind of sector of the story, like to show the importance of what Alfred is. He's not just a butler. There's more to him. He's a father figure. And I think we all needed that kind of spiritual support in everything we do. So yeah, and I feel like at the same time, we always see Batman as this immortal character, but we don't really see the man behind the mask. Or and I wanted to really see kind of the human touch of who that character is. So I was already intrigued in that, and then this gave me more reason to understand why a grown man will dress like a bat and, you know, go around the city beating people to a pulp. It just made sense to me. So I wanted to see if I can do my own version. And obviously reviewing from the cartoons to other films, I kind of like took elements of it and combined in my own version to so people can also relate, a bit like Easter eggs. So even with the suit represents from the recent Batman versus Superman films and Justice League, because I felt like that suit particular, I felt like it was more raw and more real. Like he just built the suit, and he's still working on the technical details of how to make sure it comes together, it flows together. So yeah, and I was just trying to think. Honestly, the film was going to be there was going to be more details to the script, but I just really wanted to, like I say, start slow and see what I can what I can create from this point. And then if it seems like I have the right, direction to this kind of project, then I'm thinking to add other elements to it. So yeah, I just felt I wanted to work on a narrative piece rather than a typical action fighting scene, which we always see in every typical film. I wanted to basically warm up to that rather than just give it. So yeah.
How did you find the cast, man? Because homie here, this is Bruce right here, folks, if you can't tell. Yeah. Facing his own suit or his nightmare or his dream. I don't know, man. Again, it's up to you to kind of see where his mental state is at here.
Yeah,
so
man, what's the film you found out?
So where did you find Bruce? Where's Big Homie from? How did you find him?
You know, those typical acting websites like Spotlight or Star Now. Don't know if you're familiar with those. Yeah, so I put up a advertisement saying that I'm basically looking for actors to play the character of Bruce Wayne and Alfred. And I had a good number of people sending like video auditions. Okay. And even though I had some good auditions popping through, these are the ones I thought would best suit the character. And he surprised me. His name is KIERAN Wesley. He surprised me because he had kind of a northern accent, but he can put on a very good American accent, which I was very surprised about. And he was just, when I finally met him, he was just open to suggestions and ideas in order to basically pull out the character perfectly. And he even went out to basically go to the gym, because unfortunately I told him like, there is going to be partial nudity and all that. Are you comfortable with that? He said, yeah. As soon as he heard that, he started, yeah, trust me. Because he says he's a bit of a drinker and he had to cut down drinking beer and everything just so he can work out. So he really wanted to do, he was really up for the role. I think he applied for it twice because I did 2 posts. And I think the first time I thought I found someone, but then I reviewed it and I felt maybe I need to just do a second one just in case. So the fact that he applied for the job twice and I recognized his name, I felt like, and then I was reviewing his rehearsal tapes. I was like, yeah, this is the guy for the part. So, and he's been a joy to work with, and I'm looking forward to working with him again in future projects. And yeah, just pretty, sound guy, down to earth. And I can also
is Alfred, man, because Alfred, that actor, man, he really did give me that Alfred take for real. Yeah, I was like, that is Alfred. Great job.
Surprising. This his name is Tim SHOESMITH. Surprisingly, he wasn't aware of the character, so he wasn't sure how to he wasn't aware. So when we finally met, he was asking a few questions how to basically portray the character. I just gave him a line to read, and he just gave kind of that very well-spoken persona. I was like, okay, I'll give you a go. And I thought to just meet him up and give him another rehearsal to see how he'll flow, how he'll do with more lines. And I told him in order to basically get a good idea how to portray the character, I basically told him to look at these films from the Tim Burton films from Batman Returns and Batman, and also to look at the Chris Nolan collection, so like the Dark Knight Rises, and just try and like just suss out like elements of how they perform. And then next thing, funny enough, we didn't have time to basically introduce KIERAN and Tim to do more rehearsals, so we had to do it on the day of filming. Wow. So they had an hour to like talk amongst themselves and get to know each other while you're setting up. And I thought, let me just do a trial run. So I was like, the camera's not I'm not gonna turn on the camera just yet. Let me just see how you guys get on. As soon as I did that, it flowed. It felt like I felt like they just always wanted to be in a Batman film, so they already did their research before I even got to them. It's just Tim, because he's done it for a good number of years. I felt like he knew what he had, what to bring out. He just needed to know one or two things, and he's on the ball. Just hit the camera. I got this. So yeah, I was very, very chuffed when I found out these guys knew what I wanted to get out of this. And I guess the rest is just basically the layout and the portrayal of the scene to make sure it gives that kind of dark element, which focuses on the discussion.
Yeah, it is there. I mean, it's a deep conversation, and Bruce is being really honest in that. But something, again, like I alluded to before, is like, you guys got to stick around. Once the credits start posting, please sit, because we get introduced to
my boy,
Ronnie of the Joker, and this is pretty cool and so different. I loved it, and he's also a maniac. So
yeah, this I don't know. I just wanted to do something different, but I didn't want to. I wanted to also give a taster rather than being given too much of it, so it gives the audience wanting to know more. So, and with the Joker, when you think of the Joker, you think the only thing that represents him is, well, people think what only represents him is his laughter, and sometimes he just laughs for no reason, even when he says a punchline. And I felt like that was kind of more the cheesy take on the Joker. So I wanted to add elements of realism where he doesn't always have to laugh, but you can just understand how he feels, the way he just looks at you or the way he talks. So the fact that when he does the deed, to him that's funny, even though he's not laughing because he feels he can do what he wants.
But look at his face.
That's the joke of it.
His face is it all right here. Look at his face. Like I want to punch him, but he's a crazy bastard who'll kill me right afterwards.
Yeah, he's got half an eye. I just went in. I just wanted to go for, like I said, I like to mix realism and fantasy. So I took elements of the original origin of the Joker, but also I was thinking, how can I make it more realistic? So I kind of even writ like a little blur, or little caption explaining how he became who he was. Basically, he already had the scars because he basically failed at a job. And back in the day, there's a certain punishment you get, like a Cheshire smile, or they could put a card against your mouth to open it. And because he failed a job that he was told to do, that's how they punished him.
Get the fuck out. That's fucked up.
Yeah. So I mean, so I kind of wanted to for a more realistic aspect rather than, he just fell in acid and then he just had this grin. So
good job. I like that.
And I think, and then so he was walking around with that scar on his face, and then when it came to, then I started taking elements of the origin story. So he basically went to the chemical plant, and he actually had a one-to-one confrontation with the Batman. But instead of him falling acid, he probably, I think, like a capsule glass, which had a certain chemical, explodes on his face, a bit like a Two-Face story. Okay. And it kind of covered the side of his face, and it just burnt, and it also went to his eye. So that's why he's kind of partially blind in one eye. Gotcha. And that's why his skin is all blotchy.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
it's different take. DC, you better not steal this shit. We have it here documented, right?
Yeah, man. So, and I was always thinking, if this goes well and people like my version of Joker, I was thinking to make a little origin story that's connects with. Sorry?
We need it, bro. We need it. Get it done. Man.
The only way I can do that, because with this project, it was self-funded, and and originally there was going to be like a certain fight scene. Like after he has this discussion with Alfred, he was going to go to a certain warehouse where he's going to face one of his rogue gallery members, which was going to be Victor Zsasz, if I pronounce that correctly. Yeah. But then it was kind of complicated based on budget, trying to get the right henchman, the right person to play the character, the location. So I thought to just basically put that aside from now, also to basically work on what I have, and basically give a bit of a teaser in order for people to feel like, oh, okay, I'm more invested into seeing where you're going to go with this, the direction of this story. And I was thinking to turn this project into a web series.
Do it.
10 minutes each. And yeah, I already have an ending to a story, but I'm just trying to find ways to write. So I'm even getting people, I would like to get people to be involved and, you know, have their say and have a chance to write like an episode.
Oh, man. Yeah, maybe I was in the UK, so I could be one of the dead bodies, a victim of something.
Yeah, if you realize, if you see the ending, well, if you see the ending, the person he shoots is actually me. Unfortunately, I ran out of time to find someone to play that extra, and I thought probably just the next best thing is let me to do it, but I have no acting experience at all, so I didn't know how this would have turned out. So I was like, just do it quickly. Like, people might laugh at me, then just do it. Action, do it. Took about 3 takes, and after like putting it together and like submit it, you know, send it off to YouTube and film festivals, I got feedback saying that I did quite a good job for my first year acting. It kind of made me think, maybe I should consider acting as well. Who knows? But working with his name is Stephen, by the way. Working with Stephen, because we've been friends and colleagues before, we've worked with each other for many years. When I told him about playing the role, he was up for it. I was like, yeah, cool. I don't need to know anymore. I know, give me a chance. So working with him, it just made it more fun. I was very comfortable with fun of him. He was comfortable with fun of me. So it made it easy. This is, you know, once the camera started rolling, it just flowed together. We just knew how to approach each other and interact. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And just folks, when we were talking about Alfred, there he goes. I think he looks fantastic as Alfred. And look at that suit. I mean, this is a great film. And, you know, we need to talk about where you could watch it, though. Because we're talking about the awesomeness of this film, but there's only one place you can watch it right now, though. It's currently on tour. Wait, GeekFest Film Fest. So shout out to my homie, Bill O, GeekFest Film Fest. Yo, check it out. You want to know where to go? Peep this real quick.
That was fire.
That GeekFest commercial, those are war drums. You know what? And those war drums are a forewarning to every other film fest that there's no other greater film fest than GeekFest Film Fest. It is
Please vote, guys. I would love to showcase my film on world.
Is that next weekend that the vote's happening?
Yeah, I think it's May the 7th till the 9th.
Next weekend, folks. It's that's it. I mean, I missed the first weekend because I was chilling with family. But next weekend, I'm stuck at home. I'm not stuck. Why? Because I'm going to be enjoying the greatness of you people voting for the best GeekFest Film Fest movie. And definitely Confessions of the Bad is up there. You want to know where to go. You want to know where you can see it. You know, because they're partnered up with itsashort.com. Shout out to It's a Short. You'll go to geekfestla.com and you can definitely see what's popping there. And of course, you can follow Ronnie in the film right then and there. So what's up, man? So is GeekFest your first film fest for Confessions, or have you submitted this elsewhere? Let us know.
I've actually submitted to other film festivals. So far it's received 9 awards, I think. Yeah, so far.
9?
Yeah. Appreciate. I couldn't there's several fan film festivals that accept our kind of film, but I wanted to be very careful of what where my film would be showcasing to a wider audience, because obviously I wanted to find ways. I wanted to go to film festivals that could help basically get the word out there, just like GeekFest. So I feel like this is my last one. We're coming to end our submissions. So I'm just hoping this one will be, you know, the big achievement for, you know, for it to really get out there to showcase or the people who are involved with the film showcase their talent. And this is to show how grateful I am to everyone who believed in this project. And yeah.
There you go. Listen, Ronnie's created an incredible film. Again, I watched it. Listen, I'm not being biased here. You know, I want to judge movies for what they are. But again, as a Batman fan, this is very different take. And again, it's just that conversation. You got to hear Bats, man. I mean, he is talking some serious shit. And Alfred really has that very fatherly approach to him. And the advice and then the flow of the conversation. And of course, we get that tease. Don't miss that post credits. Trust me.
Yeah, the very end, guys.
I almost did. Cause again, it's just wow. There's a lot of room to go. Hold on. I had to do one of my Marvel joints. Oh shit, what's going on here? Nice. Well done, bro. So,
thanks, bro.
All right. So you're doing this with the Bats. Is there anything else that we could expect? That you're working on anything new other than that, or are you just waiting to see how this goes?
Actually, as we speak, I'm working on a new project. It's called The Samaritan. So it's going to be an animation piece. So
Nice.
yeah, going through that. I'm just trying to challenge myself, see what I can do. So unfortunately, because of lockdown, it kind of stopped production halfway. So I'm just waiting for things to clear up and they can jump back on it. But so far, what we're trying to do, because animation can be a bit of a challenge. We're looking for people to help us, so we're thinking to start a crowdfunding campaign. So what we've done is we've self-funded this project as well, but to basically come up with evidence to present in front of the audience to see what we're talking about, rather than just saying an idea. We actually have a solid concept. This is what it look like, and we want to see what people think. And for everyone's contribution, they'll get rewards, of course. So chance for their character, we'll do like an illustration of them and then put their character within the film. They'll get posters, the art book, behind the scenes coverage. We're thinking of so many elements. This makes it worth people investing their time in making and being part of this film. So I'm working on that at the moment, and I feel like one thing I get asked a lot, especially with this the Batman project, if I'm going to make more. And honestly, I'm up for the idea, but I won't be able to start straight away because it's an animation project I'm working on. But once that's out of the way, I'm willing to come back and start writing on the scripts and starting a crowdfunding campaign, because I really want to make this Batman project to stand out and not to look too mediocre. So yeah, I've got so many ideas. Like at the end of the day, I feel like I'm doing it for fun, for me, and also to just showcase my opportunities and see where this career takes me. So Samaritan's my next project, but I'm willing to look back at Batman once I get certain things out of the way, and with the supporters and advice and everyone's encouraging support, anything's possible. So
listen, brother, you're a very talented brother from the UK. Let me tell you, I enjoy the shit out of this film. You're talking about animation and hopefully getting back into this. It's like, yo, folks, vote. Let's get homie creating more, because this is a very, very talented individual. I really can't wait to see more, bro, and your team. I mean, I every time I finish one of these, I feel so inspired and motivated, because I'm talking to some people that take action, that I got to get it done. And you saying, well, I'm doing animation, I'm throwing myself into it. Like, wow. You see, folks, man, it's just, listen, just try.
Yeah, you can't say until you try it. Challenge yourself.
Yeah, yo, just do it. Why not? Listen, you think I knew all about this stuff? No, I didn't. But once I started flowing, it's a wepa.
Hey.
I'm murdering it. Comic Crew Undercover Case, baby. That's where it's at. Along, and this is how I make great people like Bill O from GeekFest. That allows me the opportunity to meet great people like yourself, and it's all these other amazing directors that are currently touring with you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but that next weekend, bro, next weekend is where it's at, yo. Holy shit, man. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm nervous, but I'm ready. Bring it on. So,
bring it on, he said. Unlike Joe Swanson. Bring it on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Show that off real quick, man. Let me put you on that. Look how dope that is. That, oh, man.
This is what I was going to use, the original mask, but I felt like, the Ben Affleck one stood out more. Like, plus this one couldn't fit the actor's head, unfortunately. So
he said whatever fits. Excellent. So Ronnie, yo, everybody, look, I've been showing this off throughout the whole show. So make sure to follow the film, Facebook and Twitter at Confession Back, Instagram at COT_back. Follow Ronnie for sure. You want to connect with homie, especially if you want to act in his amazing films and you're from the UK, you're going to want to be a part of his projects, all right? He's the future right here. So right there, Instagram and Twitter. Instagram is his preferred. He was honest about that before. Right there, you can see that. And of course, if you want to know where to watch Confessions and all the other amazing films, please visit geekfestla.com. Again, a big shout out to my homie Bill. I'll be talking to you tomorrow, homie, to talk about what's been happening and all the amazing people that I've had the opportunity and pleasure and honor to speak to. I'm the one that's blessed at the end of the day to be able to hang out with folks like you, because this wouldn't happen any other way if it wasn't for Geek Fest and my comic crew. And, and then you creating such awesome stuff, bro. Thank you. Thank you for entertaining us. So the last thing I want to leave people with is always this, a piece of advice. So in your journey, what is a piece of advice that you could give to people that are only beginning theirs?
Just do it. Everyone's got their own opinion about how you do it and how you make it. And at the end of the day, do it for yourself, because you'll be surprised that people will actually enjoy what you make. Everyone's a critic, so not everyone's going to enjoy what you do. But the fact that you did it, they can't really say anything. So sometimes you have to try not to control things and just let go and just give it a chance.
There you go, folks. You heard it. It's just like Nike says, just do it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Do it.
Ronnie, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. I know it's late out there in the UK, but you're hanging out. Now you could go watch some TV and catch up on some good shows. Watch Invincible if you haven't, because that shit is fire. That last episode.
Yeah. Some people have been sending it my way, so I'm going to give that a go.
Bro, get it going, bro. That's superhero cartoons for us. Hell yes, son. So with that, again, always a big thank you to you, a big thank you to your team, all the actors behind it, because they did, again, a wonderful job, kept me extremely entertained as I was watching it. Make sure to tune into GeekFest LA, know where itsashort.com, know where to vote, watch this film. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to love it. Trust me. If you're a Batman fan, a DC fan, real talk, this is where it's at. So with that, I'm Al Mega with the one and only Ronnie Henry, all the way from the UK. Everybody knows what to do. All right. Was it Tuesday? I'm gonna be hanging out with another director that has a film on Geek Fest, Lance Lucero. He's also a fellow comic crusader. He got The Last Resort. He actually does movies. Oh shit! Wait a minute. I gotta ask you this. Now that I mentioned Lance, because he's a very curious dude. He films on film, actual film. No, he does not do digital. Yeah. What did you use?
Cool. Good. What did you use? Mine digital. Sorry. Yeah. Mine's.
What type of camera?
Sorry?
Do you remember what type of camera you used?
Yeah, it was a Black Magic.
A Black Magic. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, my homie goes old school, and he goes, please be distinct. There's digital filmmakers and there's filmmakers. He got offended because I had a director the other day, not too long ago, say, it doesn't matter what damn camera you use, so long as it's good. He felt so offended.
I can understand that, yeah. It's not about the camera body, it's not the lens kind of thing, say things like that, so...
Yeah, exactly. But it's awesome. But really, you're a fun conversationalist. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for sharing your dream with us and your vision. And again,
we can do this again.
Oh, yeah, what? Listen, anytime you got a project, I need you to come back, especially when you finish the animated project, because I want to show off that trailer and talk to you about that. Listen, bro, we're homies from another mother right now, right? Even though we're in different countries, it don't matter. We homies. You're done. You are a designated crusader, all right?
Awesome. Glad to be part of the team.
Yeah, man. And then with that, thank you everybody for tuning in and checking it out. Please, again, I just want to show the one more time. Follow Ronnie right there. Follow the film right there. And check out GeekFest LA right there. Okay? So hasta la próxima, mi gente. Much love. Later.
Yeah.
Thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this Comic Crusaders production. For real-time news on all things pop culture, please feel free to follow us on social media. For articles, original content, merchandise, and more, please go to www.comiccrusaders.com. Also follow along with all of the websites in the Comic Crusaders family. As always, if you like this content, please click like and subscribe to the Comic Crusaders YouTube channel.